Now, for mothers who are unable to breastfeed, breast milk can be a precious gift, but getting hold of it can be tantamount to impossible. Now, a new non-profit service has been set up to provide surplus breast milk to babies in need. It relies on volunteers both to provide the milk and to deliver it to 27 hospitals across London, the South East and beyond. Those who've benefited include babies who've had surgery and infants whose mothers are ill. And I'm joined live in the studio by Dr Natalie Shenker, co-founder of the Heart's Milk Bank. Hello, welcome.
Hello, good morning.
So this is a very important service for mothers who just don't have the milk to breastfeed.
Yes, that's absolutely right. We know that having access to donor milk can help support mums to breastfeed, especially during those really first rough few days after the birth of a baby. It can be very difficult getting the baby to attach, getting the right supply, and having an alternative to formula that's safe and has been screened from wonderful donors across our region who donate milk can really mean all the difference to mums.
And so how do you A, persuade mums to donate, and B, get it across London, and C, get the mums who need it to be able to get hold of it, because it all seems very, very complicated, doesn't it?
Well, the first bit's easy. We are absolutely inundated with mums who do not want to waste the surplus milk that they've put hours of effort into pumping, particularly mums who are on neonatal units expressing to keep their supply. What we are short of is the resources and the team members to actually process the milk and make sure that it goes through all the safety tests that it needs to be to make sure it's in the best possible condition.
Right. How do you do all of that?
Well, we heat treat the milk. It's much like cow milk. It's pasteurised. That's a process in a laboratory. We're based just north of London in the Rothamsted Institute. And then it goes through microbiology testing. And the donors are all screened. They fill in long questionnaires. We interview. We talk with all of them. And then they go through blood tests as if they were donating blood, really.
Gosh, so it is a really massively big deal, this, isn't it? I mean, some people will say, gosh, breast is best. We all know that. It's not like we don't realise. We do realise. But formula will do fine too. It's not as if a formula-fed baby won't thrive and won't turn out to be a charming pillar of the community and, a great asset to all. So maybe this is a little hysterical. It's all a bit overblown, this need to be pumping away and sending milk all the way around London and everything else. It's not as if there is no alternative. There is an alternative.
Yes, well, the alternative has been there for over a century. But what we're realising as medics and as scientists is that it is an alternative, but it isn't necessarily the best alternative. And I think that message of breast is best has been enormously damaging in a way, because it's put an enormous amount of pressure on mums. Yes,
exactly. That's what I mean, yes.
Babies. And when there are medical reasons that they can't breastfeed, knowing that formula is the only alternative can be intensely stressful for them.
And isn't that a shame, though?
Yes.
Isn't that a terrible shame? Because Claire Byam-Cook, the great breastfeeding expert, she's tremendous. And she says, just as some women can jump very high, run very fast,
absolutely.
Sing in tune, there are some women who just can't breastfeed with the best will in the world. And not because they're ill, but just because the supply doesn't come in. It just doesn't kick in the way that and some babies find it much, much harder to latch on than other babies and all of that. And she says it's a terrible shame that there's this stigma and that women will, feel that they failed their child at the first hurdle. It's devastating for them.
And that absolutely shouldn't be a stigma. But in the UK, we have the worst breastfeeding rates in the world. And our breasts are no different to how they are in Sweden or Brazil or other cultures, other countries that have put resources.
So what are we doing wrong then? Why do we have the worst breastfeeding?
We're not supporting mothers. We're not putting in the skilled support that they need in the first few days after birth. We've lost the awareness of how to breastfeed. When I had my first baby, I just didn't know how to latch her on.
And nobody showed you?
And nobody showed for a number of days.
On the line, we have Esme Moroz-Dawes, who is one of the mums donating their milk to your milk bank, which is a great thing to be doing. Esme, hi there.
Hi.
Hi, so you've just got so much of it.
Well, I did initially in the first, early days, and I had a, really good NHS experience. I had a good birth, I had brilliant midwives, and I had really great breastfeeding support in the first few days. And I just, having all of that was amazing. And I just wanted to give something back, really.
And how easy was it for you to supply with milk? Because we hear you had to have a blood test and you had to fill in a questionnaire, and it's not just you simply sort of deliver it or someone comes and picks it up from your house. It's a bit more than that.
It is a bit more than that, but I think I do think the Heart's Milk Bank was really designed for tired new mums. There was a process, definitely, but it was so easy. I didn't actually have to think too hard about it. When I realised I had an oversupply and I knew what to do with it, they worked out the rest. It was really straightforward. So I collected the milk. They provided the couriers, and they picked it up and sent it off.
And it must give you a nice warm glow of satisfaction, the idea that other babies are benefiting from your breast milk. You don't even know them, and yet they're having this fabulous start in life, and it's all because of you. Must be great.
Yeah, it feels great. I didn't realize how important breastfeeding would feel to me. When I was pregnant, I knew it was something I wanted to try, but it was very much that for me. And then when I had my daughter, I realized the massive bond I felt with her through it, and the fact that there are women out there who are struggling for whatever reason, and they want to breastfeed their children. And I thought, well, I can help there, so why not?
Well, good for you, Esme. Nice talking to you. And Dr. Shenker, thank you so much for coming in. And just in case anybody feels they've got superfluous milk and they are, it's all in the fridge and they don't want to waste it, or indeed that they would like to get hold of some breast milk for their baby, what do they have to do? How do they get in touch with you?
So if you contact us through our website, heartsmilkbank.org or the humanmilkfoundation.org, we always need donors, but at the moment we have a large number, so please contact your local milk bank through ucam.org. But what we really need is you to be aware of the service and out fundraising so that we can have the team members to support every donor that comes through.
Well, thank you very much. Very good luck with it. And lovely listener, we'll be straight back with you after the news headlines.